for a living, Newman?
I'm a United States postal worker.
Aren't those the guys that always go crazy and come back with a gun and shoot everybody?
Sometimes.
Why is that?
Because the mail never stops. It just keeps coming and coming and coming. There's never a let up. It's relentless. Every day it piles up more and more and more, and you gotta get it out. But the more you get out, the more it keeps coming in. And then the barcode reader breaks, and it's Publishers Clearinghouse Day.
All right. Well, good morning, everybody. Rise and grind on this thirsty Thursday. Yes, thirsty Thursday. Rise and grind, everybody. Game time, Brian, otherwise known as the mailman. Heading to do his appointed rounds. Not all of his appointed rounds, because I'm leaving at 2 o'clock, baby. I am Audi 5000, headed home, get a shower, get all purdied up, and get ready to stream. For how long? I don't even know. I don't even know, but more importantly, we could talk about the combine, prospective players that Cowboys, Eagles, Giants, whoever, Commandos are going to pursue. I welcome all opinions as exactly what they are. We all have them. Yeah, I get some tips, but I normally don't act on them unless I know they're going to happen. Bingo! But anyway, good morning, everybody. Rise and grind. I'm all hopped up, man. I'm all hopped up. Had to stream with Mark Holmes last night. You know, he called me and it was good. We're gonna do more of it. Again, I see my people in his live streams. You know, and that's cool, but you know, we need to build my shit up, boys and girls. But and I love Mark, but you know, I guess people, I don't know. It is what it is. It's like, you're my subscriber. You're my channel member. Why are you over there? Support your boy. Not people who subscribe to both. Because, you know, I'm a tailgate member to Mark Holmes. So, don't believe we're going to the draft, which is good. Because I wasn't expecting on going to the draft this year. I really wasn't. We agreed not to go to the draft. But, you know, I guess if some people want to sponsor us, all right, we'll step up with your sponsor. And we'll make sure we promote you big time. But don't just talk. You gotta walk the walk. Again, I have a government job, everybody. I just can't say I'm leaving. In my mind, I'm not going anywhere until Vegas. When Dallas plays Vegas. That's right now how my mindset is. I'm gonna be home doing videos and at work. So we'll see. My son gets married in September. So as long as it's not the weekend he's getting married, I'm going to Vegas next year. I already told Phil, you know, he may or may not go. Hopefully he goes, but, you know, I'm going, regardless, to break bread with the people. But anyway, speaking of the draft, arguably, the best talent in the draft, Abdul Carter. Yes, Abdul Carter has a foot injury. Yes, a foot that may or may not require surgery. They're saying no now, but I don't buy it. Okay? It is a foot injury. And he ain't going to be doing nothing at the combine, which we knew that already. But my question is, to the Ultra Cowboys out there, to the Randy McIntyre, to the Dustin Bosley, you know, to the Thomas Garrett's, to the Vinny Hagens, to the Oscar Perinis, to the, you know, to Twiz, you know, to Jimbo, you know, to Clemente Espinoza, to Felix Rojas, and the cast of thousands. Is there a way where he drops to us at number 12, or at the very least around number 10? Is it possible that Abdul Carter is going to fall into our lap? I feel like the Batman show, you know? Will the boy wonder escape the clutches of the Riddler? You know, stay tuned. Next bat, was it Next Bat Time, Next Bat Channel, something like that? Answer that question. How far will Abdul Carter, and we could talk about it later today when we go live. Abdul Carter, how far can he drop? That is the question. How far can my man drop? Just saying. I don't think he's going to drop to us. But I don't know if it's a type of injury that D-Law had, who didn't require surgery but missed most of the year. Again, these are the type of things. You need a gas mask situation for him to drop to us at 12. And you're going to say, well, if he's injured, why would you want him? Because he's a generational talent, in my opinion. That's why. That's why. So, I kind of wish the draft was before free agency. Think about it. Hear me out, people. If the draft was before free agency, you could go into the draft, right? And you could see what you get. And then you're going to say, well, you're going to be drafting for need. Well, no. Everybody would be drafting for need at that point. And you still have time to sign your own free agents. You can still sign your own players. Anybody on your team, you should be eligible to re-sign. To me, that's how it should be. Okay? In my opinion, you should have first dibs on your players. Okay? So, there should be a period where you re-sign the players on your team. Exclusive rights. Up until the draft. Then you have the draft. Okay? Then you have the draft. And then you can go and draft to your heart's content. And then what you don't get in a draft, well, now you got all the free agents out there. Now, I know the Players Association probably wouldn't go for that because it's going to cost, how many times you see, Dallas go out and get a Brandon, or I don't know, a particular position, and you end up getting that guy. Like, you end up signing a guy in a free agency, and then you go in the draft, and the most highest rated player on the board is a position you just addressed in free agency. So let me know, do you like maybe switching it? They're not going to do it, but I'm just saying that would be kind of cool for me. I think that would be better, because that's why I don't want to go get a Cooper Kupp right now. I'll wait for the draft and see how it's playing out. I don't want to go out and spend a lot of money on a defensive lineman. I know a lot of people are saying, go get yourself a beast. Okay, if you want to trade number 12 for Jeffrey Simmons, I'd be on board with that. Okay, or maybe a second-round pick. I'd be on board with that. But other than that, I know going into the draft, running back, I'm not spending a lot of money in free agency. Not happening. Not happening, people. I'm not spending a lot of money in free agency on a running back. Why? Because the running back class is stacked in the draft. That doesn't mean you're not bringing back Rico, because he's not making a lot of money. But, you know what I mean? It makes no sense to just sign Rico for a 3-year, $20-some million deal, right? It makes no sense to do that when you could go in the second or third round and go get you that guy. You come out with Ashton Genty, then that Rico Dowdle, that's wasted money, in my opinion. I want 2 running backs. Utah, give me 2. But anyway, circling, whatever, back, forward, sideways, circling back. The tush push. There's been, you know how many injuries there were for the tush push this year? The data has been released. As much as I don't like to play, I think it's ugly. It's like rugby. But I don't care. Whatever. You want to play rugby, play rugby. I don't give a shit. If that's the case, then don't blow the whistle at the end of a play. Let them maul each other until the runner is to the ground. Until somebody blows out a knee ligament. I'm fine with that. If you're going to allow the tush push to go, then stop blowing the whistle early on other plays. Because it's the same thing. But the amount of injuries for the tush push, you ask? 0. Not one identified injury. So it's not about injury. When you look at the data, it's about punk bitches, crybabies, not liking or can't stop in the play. Now, I don't like the play. It's ugly. It's not a football play to me. Hand off and then have a bunch of players come around and push. Okay, but then if you're going to allow the tush push, I could come up with plays to do that more often. And you see where this is going. I think it will be banned because there's enough people that don't want to play. But don't use injuries as the excuse because it's BS. Nobody gets injured. It's wear and tear. I mean, Jason Kelsey will tell you it's a brutal play. But, okay, just like the whole grass versus turf. Everybody wants to play on grass because it's better for... You recover faster after falling 35 times in your joints. You recover faster playing on grass. But the data doesn't show that you get more injuries on turf. It's just better for you. Not to mention, some of this turf causes cancer. So that alone, you would think that would force these billion-dollar clubs to go with all grass. Just make sure your grass is good, Arizona, playing on a skating rink in a Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? So, again, the tush push, 0 injuries. Shut up and stop bitching. If you're going to outlaw it, outlaw it. Shut up and outlaw it or shut up. I don't care. It's not I could care less about the play, but I ain't playing football. You know what I'm saying? So, and we got a little backtracking going on. Yes, we got a little backtracking. Now, Tom Brady says one thing, and Matthew Stafford's agent is saying another. Oh, well, yeah, slow down on the talks between Tom Brady. This is the problem with these so-called sources. Us YouTubers and anybody else are just reporting on what's coming out. We trust these sources. And I don't know why. Because most of these sources are just clickbaiting. They're clickbaiting bullshit. At least I can give you my opinion on a certain subject, and you have the right to comment, and I can look and heart your comment and have a dialogue with you. When these guys on ESPN or whoever, Bleacher Report, I'm not naming any specific person, but when the rap sheet comes out, or Adam Schefter, it comes out and says something, we expect it to be true. All right? We expect it to be true and a trusted source. When that goes away and we cannot trust the people that are getting paid millions of dollars to give us this information, then everything comes crumbling down. Don't bitch about me making a video about something if you can't even do your job. You're getting paid by an organization to report. Just like being a beat writer for the Dallas Cowboys or the Philadelphia Eagles, on the surface, this is, oh my God, that seems like such fun. You're being to be able to follow my team. In some cases, right? In some cases, you got a Mike Fisher who's from Minnesota, who's not a Dallas Cowboy fan per se. He's not a fan guy. So I can appreciate it. It is not easy being a reporter on the beat following an NFL team or any team. Why? Because they have to be stationed in a lobby of a friggin' hotel in Indianapolis waiting for Stephen Jones to come out and try and accost him to get an interview. When you see Stephen Jones talking at these places, he's not walking out and saying, okay, guys, I'm ready for your interview. That's not a scheduled interview. It's not. That's them being camped out for hours at a time, waiting to get a glimpse and to stop and stick a microphone in Stephen Jones's face. It's not a fun job. But what we do expect is for, and listen, in saying that, this is why you get the softball questions from these guys. Because Stephen Jones doesn't have to just stop and talk to you. The group of reporters that are camped out at the Omni Indy, whatever the hell he's staying. You know what I mean? So that's my problem with this situation. We trusted these reporters, but nobody wants to ask anything hard because they're afraid they're not going to you stop and answer your questions. Now, that being said, go back to the top of the video. I am at work already, so we're going to keep this a nice short video. Abdul Carter, Indianapolis Combine. We'll be there to cover it all weekend. Would you be willing to trade up a couple spots if he starts to drop? I know I would. I would definitely. If he drops to 8 or 9, I would be on the phone saying what it's going to cost me. Maybe it's a player and a pick. Let me know what you think. No lunchtime chat today, which is fine. No lunchtime chat. I'm leaving at 2 o'clock, so I'm going to work my 6 hours straight. No lunch. I'm going to head home, and I'll be live at 3 o'clock. Today's. All right? Game time, Brian, otherwise known as the mailman. Peace out. Yo, Utah, give me 2 running backs. Give me 2.
It's time for lunch.
Angelo, it's 10:30.
Right around that corner, there is a sandwich shop. They sell meatball sandwiches. Best I've ever tasted. Would you go get me 2? Come on, partner. 2.
Thank you.
Utah, give me 2.